It's a tutorial for adding a lift switch and setting it up with a new created implement on a GFX 1260. So for starters, I'm going to go into my implement and I'm going to create a new one. When you do have a lift switch equipped already, it should say yes right here on the implement setup, but I'm going to create a new one here. So we're going to change this to virtual. I have no control application channel, and I'm going to pick tilling for this one because I'll set it up as a ripper. We'll just call it a disc, not that it matters. And for the hitch type, we'll put it on fixed mount, meaning like it is a 3-point implement. For a hitched application point, this will be from your connection point to the working point, so I'll just put in a placeholder with 3 feet. And then measurements, I would put in the width can be separate from the wayline spacing, so if you need to track actual acres and you want to have some overlap, you can still have a 40-foot implement and say it's at 39 feet or something to that effect. So I'm just going to put in 15 feet here for a placeholder. Physical width, I'll put in 15 feet, and physical length will be 6. When I go to application control, I have to turn this on, and I will add application control, be virtual, in one section. And then I have to hit the wrench here and modify it. And material type doesn't really matter. I'll just pick something as a placeholder here. I gotta turn on section control. There will be one section, and then you just key through these screens here, hit the check mark. For inputs, I will turn on a lift switch. Port 1 remote logging switch should be selected there. That's what goes to the back of the display. If your logic is inverted, say the switch is normally closed and you need it to be normally open to alternate the state, you can switch that between active high or active low here. Active low should usually work for it though. Don't worry about ISO logging, there is no implement guidance, and then we will hit the check mark to complete it. Then when I proceed to use this implement, I'll create a new task for it, and then I'll hit my running man to initiate it. I'll allow the steering system like we always should, but you'll notice up here in the corner we have a lifted switch, or if I flip it around, I have a mercury switch here. I'm holding it in my other hand, and you can see that it flips around when I do that. It will not start logging coverage until you hit the master, so you have to hit that one time. Then when you proceed to flip it, it will put a yellow mapping coverage as you move through the field and map your coverage that way, but you do have to hit it the one time in order to get to coverage log and count your acres. Then it'll be synchronized wherever you put the lift switch. If you put it on the frame of a pulled drawn implement, otherwise this mercury switch will go on the 3-point arms closest to the tractor, and it'll rock that mercury back and forth to give you your synchronized coverage. That's all it takes.